So, needless to say, disappointing game, disappointing outcome for us, and we really never got in a position to put any stress on our opponent. So credit goes to them. They got a really good football team and played pretty much flawless tonight. I don't want to say we helped them along, but certainly turnovers didn't help and some penalties didn't help. But outside of that, really not a lot to say. It's a tough loss for us. We'll move forward, and the biggest thing right now is, go back to work tomorrow so we can learn from this. And that's all about pushing forward. A lot of football left right now, and that's going to be the key thing as we move on here. So I'll throw it out for questions.
There's a lot to break down here, of course. I guess starting on offense, I think you have 5 or 6 yards for the last 3 quarters. What happened offensively where you couldn't establish anything?
Yeah, I mean, really, the second half, nothing was good out there. In the second half, we were 10-0 at half, I believe. Right? I think so. So, it's don't say one of those has, but sometimes things just kind of snowball, and that's really what took place tonight. The first half, we started out, had the drive, and then the turnover right there, and after that we just seemed to lose momentum. They're a good team, they're a good defensive football team, and just go back to work.
Cade didn't have much time tonight when he dropped back to pass. Is that a product of what they were doing defensively, or the offensive line communication?
No, I mean they're a good front. You've got a lot of really very athletic guys. So I don't think it was necessarily the case in the first half so much. But once you get in a behind position like that against a team like that, and they're able to pin their ears, it gets pretty tough. And before the half, it was a tough situation there too. So we'll go back to work.
You've been in these types of situations before. I mean, 2016 here was kind of similar in a way. But what has been your approach in those cases as a coach to kind of let it marinate with the guys for a while? How do you approach them then?
No, we'll try to move on as fast as we can. And 16 didn't feel as bad if that's possible. It felt like a little different scenario, different type of game. I mean, it was really, it was a 10-0 halftime game, so a little different situation there. But whether you lose by 30 or you lose by 1, it's tough. It's hard. And I think the biggest thing, we'll try to learn from it. We'll get through the tape quick tomorrow, and then we're going to move forward and focus on next week, and that's really all that's going to matter at this stage.
Kirk, you mentioned that you never felt like you got a chance to put stress on them. I mean, how much of your offensive game plan did you really not even get the chance to get to because you couldn't get those first downs?
Once you get behind, first half that wasn't the case at all. It was anybody's ballgame at that point. So once the second half started rolling downhill, that's a whole different situation. But we just weren't getting things done. Really on either side of the ball, and that's what it is.
Back-to-back games now where your starting quarterback completed less than half his passes. What's the plan? What can you do in terms of revitalizing this passing game?
Yeah, I mean, nothing looked good tonight. I mean, really. So, we'll go back to the board tomorrow and just push forward. We got good players, we got good young people, and I think we're a good football team, but we clearly have work to do.
For 10 first half points coming off of the Eric fumble and then the multiple, how critical were those turnovers at that point in the game?
Yeah, I mean, you play a team like this, especially they've been clean all season long, so we knew that coming in. And the penalty, obviously hurt us. They called a leaping on us, which took a block field goal off the board and give them a chance for a touchdown. So, and any mistakes against a really high quality opponent. And Penn State, they're 3 games into it coming into tonight. They looked really good tonight. They played extremely well. Credit to them, and we've got work to do.
Was there something defensively that they were doing that you just didn't game plan for, or was it just execution?
No, I think from where I was standing and all of us discussing, no, they did what we thought they did. They're very talented, very athletic. Saw that, and good in cover. So, they made it tough on us.
You needed to get off the field, especially a couple times in the second half. It didn't happen. What were they doing? Or were they doing anything you weren't prepared for, or was just?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I mean it's a combination of again we weren't sustaining drives, which at some point it starts wearing on you a little bit defensively, and then but first possession they took it and drove it however many yards, 70, 75 yards. So at some point you got to get off the field too. But they're a big physical team. They've got we knew that coming in. They're a big offensive line. They got 2 good running backs. Quarterback does a good job. And big receivers. So. This is just one of those games where not much looked good, not much went well, and you know, we're going to put it behind us, learn from it, and then put it behind us.
What's that conversation like with Cade in the middle of that offensive outage? Like, are you trying to keep him in I don't want to say invested in the game, but are you trying to keep his spirits up, or what sort of message are you having for him during the game?
Well, same with everybody. So you just got to keep playing and try to find some things. You know, you got to at some point you got to change the momentum, offensively, defensively, or special teams. So yeah, there's no special message. There's no secret sauce to this whole thing. We just got to play a little bit better, execute better. And there's always conversation about, you know, what are you seeing? What do you think might be good? That type of thing. That's win, lose, or draw. You're doing that, but it's just you know, there's not a lot you can say.
What is the concern level for you with the offense?
It's tonight we didn't score points, so you know, and we didn't stop them on defense, so it's not a good night. My concern levels, I don't know how to phrase it. I mean, I don't have a concern level if that makes any sense. Other than we got shut out tonight, and that's something. There's not much good about that.
There was a, after the mishap on the punt, they had a 4th and 1 sneak that the replay showed looked like he was short.
Yeah, we thought so too.
Did you get any message from your earpiece? Or
They
anything?
said they looked at it, so you know.
Oh, the officials did?
Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
Just a couple more.
Did you think about challenging that or anything?
You know, challenges on short yardage plays are really. I mean, it's hard for anybody to see, so I think you probably bet me under on that one.
Schematically, do you see any issues with what you're doing offensively, or is it just a matter of continuing to do the same thing?
We're not gonna, you know, create a new playbook, is that what you're suggesting?
Or just even, I know that you aren't a fan of wholesale changes, but is there anything schematically that you think needs to change?
I'm not a wholesale believer in just, you know, changing because you had a bad game. I mean, it was not a good game tonight. I think we've made progress in 3 weeks. Tonight was disappointing. Played a really good football team. We'll keep it in perspective. And we'll evaluate things over the course of 12 games. We still got 8 to play, so it's, you know, I'm ready to. We got quality guys. We've made improvement. I think we're doing a lot of things really well. Not tonight necessarily, but no, we're not going to just start over again in any phase. I don't think we're going to that.
With, in the fourth quarter, he pulled Cade. Is that just simply, you know, the game was kind of lost at that point, let Deacon get in?
He was cramping up a little bit in his hand, and at that point, yeah, I think it's a smart thing to do, certainly.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Coach.
everyone.